It's my last day here in Pisa before I literally go to Florence here in Italy. And Florence is literally the place where I initially was drawn to go. But I've been here already like 3 weeks in Italy and I haven't even gone there, so tomorrow is finally the day and I'm literally leaving today. But I want to just talk a little bit about the power of detachment and how when we heal certain emotions in our body and we shed away the layers away to reveal that true core of our love inside of ourselves, that life becomes much more easier, the thoughts become much more lighter, and it becomes easier to operate from a higher state of consciousness. So what really is detachment, right? We hear it a lot, like it's you need live by the rules of this life, but live in a way that you're detached from the world. As Jesus said, don't be of the world, but be off of love, Christ consciousness, be off of God, but don't be off of the 3D world, because that's not really who we are, right? So what is it really to be detached? How do we do it? So for honestly, just in my own experience, the first step is heal the emotions, overcome the emotions that keeps your body programmed in creating certain minds from the emotion, certain minds, certain thoughts from the emotion. Because when we clear the emotion, when we overcome certain emotions, there is no need to completely relive the past anymore. The thoughts associated that actually create the spark of this emotion in the first place, because you went all the way to where this thought was buried and is creating a manifestation of certain events in your external reality in the first place, because you healed that all the way from the core, it will cease to manifest in ways in which the external reality is necessary to reflect this same thought and story in experience for you, so you won't experience those things anymore. So it will continue to unfold these realities that you don't actually want. Might it be loneliness or heartbreak or just pain, the realities from abandonment, whatever it might be from our past that we still carry and is creating our reality. The more that we sit with these emotions, we will find that it becomes easier to become detached from these external circumstances being the dictator of how we actually really want to feel, how we actually really want to respond, and how we actually really want to maneuver through life from love and create newer, higher vibrational realities that align with what we really want, right? So I know that was a little bit fast, but just to encapsulate that in one thing, detachment truly is, I know that I am not of this world. I know that what is happening here is not who I am. And I know that these emotionally charged thoughts and experiences and these frequencies that appear out of certain experiences. For example, I just came and I walked from the bus to this beach, and this happens all the freaking time. Like I struggle a lot in my life with loneliness and being kind of like on the outside and being abandoned, despite that I lived the first majority of my life with a lot of people. And I should have had all the rights to not feel lonely. I always felt lonely despite that I was with people, like misunderstood, and I'm just not in the right place, and people always push me away, and it was my own belief of pushing myself away in some sense. But this happened again. Like I walked to this beach, and on the way, like all these beautiful things happened. Like literally 2 people, like one was from Germany, one from Norway, they literally just met each other behind me, and they had like such a beautiful, passionate, like first encounter love conversation, and I was overhearing it. I was like, wow, that's so beautiful to listen, but it made me feel that lack of why am I not experience like these beautiful encounters with wonderful, beautiful people. So that already brought up like this lower frequency in me, but I was fully witnessing it. And then stepping out of the bus, there was like this other girl who looked, and we were looking at each other like a few times, and she seemed like really cool, and she was with her friend, and they just like ate pizza, and they were walking, and we were like just the 5 of us, and this is like such a holographic like experience of the universe, like how this always happens. Like it was just the 5 of us, and I felt like the energy like intermingling between all of us. It was just that was the reality created, exactly necessary for me to process this that I actually don't really want. So they were walking, and I just felt like excluded and left out. Like, why am I not talking with these? I'm not going to initiate. Every time I initiate, it just makes things worse. I'm a projector. I wait. I'm like people just come to me, and then it's always correct normally, and I can choose, because I've initiated many times and it doesn't work for me much. So I just like cats, like when you go to them, they're like, "What are you doing?" But allow the cat to come to you. So that's kind of how I felt. So walking here, I was like, oh wow, okay, so it's just me. But this time I was much more aware of like these feelings that I felt, and I'm like, okay, I'm really seeing that I can choose to not respond in this same way that I've been responding to these situations my whole freaking life. So I came here, and I sat with that feeling of loneliness, and I meditated with it, and I just found that like these are just as well past life wounds of being big time rejected. Many of us carry that, but it can manifest in many different ways. But the core feeling here is really, I'm sorry for being too much. I'm sorry for being myself, and we abandon these aspects that we deem to be unworthy, but actually they're completely worthy of the love and experience that we really want. So this is what I mean with like, be detached from external circumstances, that they don't dictate how you truly feel from your core. Because inside of the core of our being is just true love. Let's just take that in. I know that was quite a lot. Let's breathe. The biggest breath we have taken for today. And what I want to leave with you here, just by understanding this, is that when you move through life with this detachment, to not become completely attached to how you believe the external reality will make you feel certain things when you have it. Start by already feeling these things inside of you. And I'm telling you, it is not easy. It isn't something that you just learn like that. It is something that requires practice. It's something that we are mastering on this planet. There's the physical, mental, and emotional body. We have a soul there. There are so many aspects to this being, but it's multi-layered. There are multi-dimensions to this reality. There are different kinds of minds that cannot really understand one another, so we're always operating in different levels. So I'm telling you, it's not just like juk, it takes a certain correspondence to different faculties of our being to understand like how to actually live these certain feelings and emotions. It's not like juk. But at the same time, it is really a matter of, I can be here and I allow myself to just fall. I allow myself to die in what I thought I want and I need to feel, and that version of me. And I allow myself to feel a new heart-centered emotion. Now, if that is difficult, and I've been in deep dark night of the souls in my life, and I've experienced that it's extremely difficult to actually grab hold onto these beautiful, high, heart-centered emotions when we literally are in the process of healing deep, maybe even past life traumatic stuff. Most of the things that I'm healing in this life, it's all karmic past life stuff. Not really much is from this, like it's just a continuum from my past lives, which I actually remember a lot of because I needed to. If you want to understand exactly about my past life, you can download my book. It's called The Power of Imagination. You can find it in my link tree. But yeah, like I said, the core of the message was, when you do clear, it becomes much more easy to be detached and respond from this conscious, higher consciousness, elevated state of presence, and it'll be easier to choose more heart-centered feelings, because it's much more availed, So there are multiple ways to catch and watch and look at where we can find this light. It's like either you just clear all the emotions and it will avail anyway, and just go to the root of the thoughts and really try to remain conscious of it. So, if you've been going through like the similar things of what I have, like just freaking, my advice is just like, take your time, like eat nice grounded meal, but don't overeat. Like sit with the emotions, be it with water. Water teaches you how to let go and meditate. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.